Not done a publication review for a little while, but this one is a good meaty one. Let's get stuck in. Hello, welcome to Model Kit Stuff and welcome to today's review of a publication. And this is nuts and bolts, and many modelers will know nuts and bolts, will have grown up possibly with nuts and bolts. It's a range of publications that really deep dives into a vehicle. And generally I buy them secondhand, and this is no exception. When I've got a project looming, and then when I've finished the project, I generally then sell them on. So you know that if I've got this, I must have a Famo project coming up, and I have a Famo tank transport project is in my pipeline, and we're going to be doing a real go-to-town super detailing job on it with scratch building bolt heads, and I've got the big Aber photo etch sets for it. I think there's two, and I've got both of them, and we're going to do an absolute ultimate build and correction and what have you on it. So to be able to do that, I need a decent publication with lots and lots of reference material, and that's where nuts and bolts step in. So what we've got is quite a meaty stapled publication. It's got a picture of a Famo on the front with its tarps on, its cab top pushed back. You can see how the various bits and pieces like ropes and steel ropes and pulling arms and things like that have been stowed on it. It's a really nice picture, and then they give it the full formal name, and its variants. So the Famo or Bull SdKfz 9 by Dr. Nicholas Hetler, and then there's some other people there who are also in there. And as we turn over and open up, we start with some markings. It's giving us various different markings. I'm guessing we will see more of that later on because it doesn't really tell you what they are. And then we've got the cover page again. Then we start with some history. So then about the need to transport goods and so on. We've got a nice little early sort of production, clean, manufactured one there, which looks really cool. And that's sort of what you get. That's your Tamiya kit, really. Whether you buy it as the Famo on its own or as the tank transporter version, that's what you pretty much get. You get the standard production version. Right, so yeah, loads and loads of stuff here. History of the vehicle with some really nice reference pictures as you go. I'm not sure if is that camouflage on the tarpaulins. That's interesting. I'm not sure I've seen that before. But yeah, lots of pictures. Then they go through the variations of it, the manufacturing variations. So that's really good. So it tells you where the markings are and what and who they should be. So that's really good. Quite a deep dive into that actually. Then we've got technical data, towing capacity 18 tons, which is why it's called an 18 ton, and it tells you everything else about it, the engine, the type, and so on. Then we've got bibliography, acknowledgements. Then we've got photographs, and it tells you where they were taken and stuff like that, which is really helpful. Yeah, some really lovely photographs in here. It gives you the impression you get when you've finished reading a book like this is that you can pretty much do whatever you like, because there's so many changes made in the field. You can see you've got the tarps on but pulled back there, and the tarp cover on the windscreen. No tarp at all on there, no cover on the windscreen's up. Tarps on there with the windscreen up, and that's clearly Africa. Look at the soft caps. So lots and lots of ways you can model. You could build 10 models of Famo and do each one different, and they'd all be good. So yeah, we've got the engine vents up there. So that's clearly in Russia, I reckon. Not sure. And you've got the windows open. You've got the convoy triangle up. I've never seen that before on a Famo. That's really interesting as well. So yeah, lots of lovely pictures. Two towing so that they can get traction in the mud. You can see how they're connected there. That's a transporter and a Famo. And I think they used to use, for like a Tiger 1 tank, I think it was 3 Famos to pull that. Yeah, lots and lots of different arrangements, loads of pictures. That's really, really cool. So, see her with camouflage on, so that's really nice as well. Another transporter one, and again you can see the camouflage. Even though they're black and white, you can make out what's been done. And then we're starting to see some photographs of the engine, so that's interesting. And there's a different variation with the towing hook on. Then we've got some technical drawings, which gives us a good view of it. You can see how it's a people transporter as well. So that's really nice. And then it's showing you technical drawings with the tarp covers on, which is also cool. Then we've got the towing version with spade. So lots of different variations here. Yeah. And then a crane version, which we can see there. 88mm flak version, which also sort of makes sense, doesn't it? And the drawings of it there. So that would be a nice little conversion project, wouldn't it? Then this looks like restored ones now, but this is where you start getting up close with it, and we can see the bolt heads and things like that, and that's the stuff that we want to see. So gives us what the logo is on the radiator grille top, and we're getting really close into the detail now. So you can see exactly what it looks like. You've got the little chain on there, so you can't drive off and forget your pin. The no-tech light, nice and close up. Yeah, we can see that the bolts going through and the nuts and stuff on the other side. Really, really fascinating. So this is where many modelers like the nuts and bolts, because you get so close into these things. Inside the wheels, then we've got some colour paint arrangements. That's really nice as well. Some of these we've seen in the pictures. Then more close-ups telling you what they are, which is fabulous. Close-ups of the big old Maybach engine. We've got the horn there and fuses and bits and pieces. Close-up of the wheels. Now look at that. When would you ever see a close-up of the wing mirror welded onto the gap width indicator. It's really cool. So it's that, but it shows you it's that, and on most models that will just go straight onto there, but actually there's this little S-shaped bit of rod that it needs to go on. Lovely, lovely details so that you can get the modelling right. Close up of the tracks. Yeah, very, very nice. And the Tamiya model, which is the one I'm going to be building, is very, very nice. It's a really good starting point. Now, here I'm learning something I didn't know. The drawers, which the Tamiya kit does have, are wood, and I hadn't realised that. I'd always assumed they were metal. And last time I did a Famo, I painted them as metal and weathered them as metal. So there you go. I was wrong. Exhaust system, towing system. Yeah, you can see all of those. Very nice. Mud flaps with the reflectors on. You can see all the tarp fastenings there, which is lovely. It's just really, really nice. And we've got to the back of the vehicle now, so we've gone from the front to the back. I hope they've got some shots of the interior a bit as well. So yeah, now we're doing side panels. Step, the fuel tank has a strap on the front, didn't know that. It's just phenomenal level of detail. Lamps, driver's cab with the shifts in it. You can see clearly that it's marked on the head, the shift gate. Very nice. We've got a cable coming out there. That's for that lamp. We can see where it terminates. Fantastic. And there's a close-up of the termination as well. Yeah, really lovely. Really, really lovely. I guess a number of these were used after the war in civilian service for breakdown recovery and stuff like that, and they're the ones that have been restored to like a wartime condition. I don't know whether they manufactured them after the war or not. So that's the place where the where your rifle goes in. So you can see that's covered in like a bit of leather or something, so as to not scratch it, with a little rubber stop on the bottom so that your gun's not getting scratched, the rifle butt. That's great. Wire cutters. Yeah, very nice. All the internal details shown as well, so that's fabulous. The chains on the back end there, and how they work. It's just, you wouldn't get this level of detail just having a look around the internet for pictures. You really, really wouldn't, I don't think. Very nice. Now, obviously, most of these pictures are black and white, and it would be great to have them in colour. Some of them are in colour, but it's a period vehicle, so that's what happens. There you go, with it stripped down. That's interesting, isn't it? Very nice. It's just complete, isn't it? And then I think everything that you're going to need to build your model is in here, to be fair. And then we've got some more markings at the end, and showing this in use with the crane on, which is pretty cool. So fabulous. And then on the back, other nuts and bolts. Tells you which ones are out of print, but generally you can find them if you look hard enough. And these are all the ones that you can have a look at. There is more of these because this is quite an old publication now. Did we? Didn't notice a publication date. Was there one at the back? No, I don't see a publication date. But anyway, there you have it. That's the Nuts and Bolts Volume 12, 18-ton Famo. That's a fantastic publication if you're going to be building a Famo. If you're interested in 135 scale models, have a look at the Nuts and Bolts range. It's just a fabulous publication, and I cannot wait to get stuck into the Famo. I've been waiting now for 3 years to get to it, so hopefully that'll come along soon. But it's a big project. Not just the model in its own right, it's going on a huge diorama with multiple other vehicles, buildings, and lots of figures. So it's a huge project. So I'm looking forward to getting stuck into it, and this is really going to help. So if you've never come across Nuts and Bolts before, you now know what you typically get in the publication, and specifically in the Famo one. Hope that was useful. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you very soon, and until then, you enjoy your modelling. Bye for now.